The Savage Divide. From north to south, this region spans the entire length of the Fallout 76 map. Before the war, this region was known as the Monongahela National Forest. Here, you would find a tourist paradise with ski resorts, cabins, and scenic retreats. This mountainous region separates the forest, ash heap, and toxic valley regions from the mire and the cranberry bog regions. Notable locations in this region include Top of the World, Palace of the Winding Path, Atlas Observatory, or Fort Atlas as it is now known, and Spruce Knob. Before the war, this region was rich with tourism. So what happened? Why did this region become known as the Savage Divide? To answer this question, we have to look at what happened here after the war. As stated, before the war, this was a tourist paradise. When the bombs fell, that all changed. After the bombs hit, many of the tourists found themselves stranded and struggling to survive. To make matters worse, with the aftermath of the bombs came a harsh nuclear winter. This reduced the surviving tourists to cutthroats and cannibals. The survivors in this region would become known as raiders, of which there were several factions. The largest faction would set up shop at Top of the World. These raiders would cause chaos throughout Appalachia until they ultimately succumbed to the Scorched Plague. Some of the raiders, however, would leave Appalachia before this happened, only to return with the Wastelanders expansion. After the Wastelanders expansion, many areas in the region would end up being repopulated. Many of the raider holdings would become home to the Blood Eagles, while Fort Atlas was taken by the returning Brotherhood of Steel, and Spruce Knob would become home to the settlers, most of whom came from the pit and other locations along the way. Scattered around the region, you will also run into random encounters with settlers, raiders, and Brotherhood of Steel. While this area can be dangerous at times, it is probably the best region for setting up camp. The high mountains give us some of the most scenic views in Appalachia. This region didn't suffer quite as much as many of the other regions in Appalachia, which is why it is so full of life and why many people returning to Appalachia have decided to make this home. With great views and easily defensible locations, it's not hard to see why people have chosen this region to settle. Now that you know what happened to this region, would you call this place home? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe for more content. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.